Write the fraction or mixed number as a percent. Now we know that fractions like 7/20, like the problem that's given here, represent part of a whole. Now percents are also are numbers that represent part of a whole. So really we're just changing the format of the number from a fraction to a percent. The easiest way to accomplish that is to divide the numerator number by the denominator number. The fraction bar, after all, means to divide. That's one meaning of the fraction bar. So we set up long division. 7 divided by 20. It's the numerator divided by the denominator. And we would begin long division by asking ourselves, how many times does 20 divide into 7? Well, 20 is bigger than 7, so 20 divides into 7 0 times. If the process of long division says that number 0 times 20 makes 0, and then we subtract. 7 minus 0 is 7. If we want to keep dividing, we insert we reveal the decimal that's already here. We copy it up into the quotient area where we're going to find our answer at the end, and we insert a 0. Bring that down and put it next to this remainder that we had from the first partial product. Now we ask ourselves, we treat this like a 70, and we ask ourselves, how many times does 20 divide into 70? And we start estimating that. Well, 2 times 20 is 40. 3 times 20 is 60. 4 times 20 is 80. 4 would go over 70, so we drop back down to 3 times 20 is 60. I'm assured that we're not going over one last time when I'm doing long division, when the remainder, 0 minus 0 is 0, 7 minus 6 is 1. When this remainder here, 10, is less than the divisor, 20. 10 is less than 20, so we got everything we could out of this 3. Now, if we keep wanting to divide, which we do, we insert a 0, bring it down to the remainder level, and now we ask ourselves, how many times does 20 divide into 100? Well, last time when we left off, 4 times 20 was 80. If I go up to 5 times 20, that makes 100, and that's exactly going to be a match. 5 times 20 is 100, with the remainder now is 0. So what we've done is we've said that 7/20 as a fraction is the same as 0.35 as a decimal. And now if we wish to continue on to percent, we take this decimal number, and well, what we have is a fraction. Let me label this. This is a fraction way of showing part of a whole. We've transformed the fraction into a decimal, which is another way of talking about part of a whole. Now we want to take this decimal, 0.35, and convert it to percent, which takes multiplying by 100. You can take any number and multiply by 100 to turn it into percent. So what happens is this decimal point, I'm going to show it as a hollow point, would move to the right once for each 0 in this factor of 10. Since 100's got 2 zeros in it, we move the decimal point once to the right for the first 0, once and again to the right for the second 0, and it ends here to the right of 5, so that we're done moving the decimal point, and now the number has the percent sign next to it. If we remove this leading 0, and we don't need the decimal point anymore because it's a whole number, we've finished converting the fraction to percent format of a number. And we come over to our multiple choice answers and select the correct response.